What's up, everybody? Welcome to Create the Space. I'm Charles McCray. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope everybody's new year is off to a great start. Um, but before I get into why this episode is being recorded today, I want to give a huge shout out to uh, NBA agent, basketball trainer, basketball coach Paul Rudolph, my first guest on episode one. If you haven't checked it out, please do like and subscribe to the channel. You guys will not be disappointed on the first episode. Paul is a great man. He's doing very well in his career path, and can't wait to see what he has next lined up for his path. So today, man, I just want to sit down with you guys just for a few minutes, just to talk about why I created the podcast, and why Create the Space is so important for me, and where I want to see it grow. And to be honest, man, I love talking to people. It could be because I'm, a very talkative person. I love getting to know people. I love getting to hear different types of stories. I love seeing people grow and what they love to do. And I always wanted to put that on notice, and give the people that maybe haven't been heard before, or don't get talked about uh, that often, just a platform on to have them talk about their life, their journey, and their career path. And Create the Space is basically what it means. I wanted to create a particular space for each guest that I have come on, and have them feel very comfortable on talking about their life. And, you know, I understand it can get very nerve wracking, for, uh, you know, podcast in general and recording. When that camera's on, it's completely different, and I understand completely. I still get nervous, even with my experience on podcasting. I was a part of a show back in 2021 called Erase the Chalk, and then I transformed from Erase the Chalk. I wanted to start my own type of, I guess, podcasting slash show on Instagram called Know the Coach, where I basically took what I learned from the first platform I was on with Erase the Chalk and brought it to Know the Coach, where it was basically interviewing people and hearing their stories. And that's why I wanted to start off fresh, and obviously have the title a different name for my particular thinking of the podcast platform I would want. So yeah, Create the Space. I just I really want to see how far I can grow from this. It's kind of therapeutic for me too, um, because I understand, especially where the world is now, and everything is so quick, 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 and life, like we say, life be life, and uh, sometimes it's very easy for us as human beings to just keep everything inside. And because life is going so fast and we're so busy with work, or if you have kids, or if you have a wife or a husband, or if you're your son or daughter, your cousin, your friend, it's just a lot that you have to put into your life, and try to balance out every different aspects of your life. So I understand how important it could be to just let it out. It even took me a while to understand that, because dealing with anxiety, dealing with not feeling like I'm able to talk to people about certain things about my life. I had to get out of that, and I think doing uh, the podcast with Erase the Chalk brought that out of me. Because again, I've always been a person that loves to talk to people, loves to get to know people. So it came easy, but also, again, like I said earlier, it's different when that camera's on, and you're basically exposed, and you have to be able to feel comfortable, or try your best to feel comfortable on talking to the camera, talking to people on camera, and just balancing that out. So again, I understand that completely, how nerve wracking it could be sometimes to even maybe get people on to coming on a particular podcast, because again, everybody's doing podcasting. There's different, uh, I guess, different things people like to talk about on podcasts. But for me, like I said, man, I simply just want to get different people on that I feel have a story to tell, and I just want that to be out there. And again, I understand, like I said, that it can be difficult for anyone to just want to come on the show and talk about their lives. But again, I'm it's my job to make sure the guests that I have come on feel comfortable enough to have these conversations. And uh, I'll even piggyback off the first episode with Paul. Even before the camera was on. Now, again, I understand it's easier. It kind episode one was definitely easier because I actually have a relationship with Paul. I work with Paul, so that came easy. If you watch the episode, or if you haven't, you'll see how easy our conversations are throughout the episode. But my honest goal for the podcast is simply, I just want, like I said, I just want to challenge myself. I want to see how far I can push myself in general, and push the platform in general to make it a name, obviously, but also, again, man, just simply just having fun with it and having great conversations. Again, like, for me, it's yes, it's episodes are on YouTube, and you know you want to have great views, you want to have great insights, you want to have great feedback. But for me, man, like, I honestly just love having conversations, and the only difference is just putting it on camera. So um, I I'm very excited to see how far I can push this thing. And I have a lot of guests in mind. I think the challenging part of having a podcast that's guest heavy is, you got to be aware and make sure people's schedules are not being interrupted, when I ask them to come on the show, and just making sure it's a balance of, you know are you available this time? Are you willing to come on and talk about this in particular? Like, I'm always going to ask, my guests, what is off limits, what can we talk about, what can't we talk about. Like, I'm very respectful in that matter, where I'm not trying to clout chase or make a big thing about something, or gossip or anything like that. It's all positive energy for me, as the same thing I want from my guests that come on here. So um I really, like I said, man, I really love just doing this, and I want to see myself grow as a man. You know, I want my daughter to see her dad just have fun and do something as well, that I love to do. And obviously my wife too. I want them both to see me just have fun with it. Even the past two shows that I did, I always enjoyed it. I had fun with it, and I think now I'm at a space now where I can take control of my own narrative of having my own, in particular, show on YouTube, and just going far with it, and making sure that I am able to succeed. So again, I just wanted to you know chop it up with you guys, and please, if you haven't checked out the first episode, like and subscribe to the channel. You will not be disappointed. And again, this is Create the Space. I'm Charles McCray, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.